Hey everyone, welcome to the cabin. My name's Alec Britz and today we're checking out the Evo 16 interface. 8 microphone preamplifiers, 8 line outs and a whole bunch more. Full disclosure, Evo have sent me this device a few weeks back, and although they have done that, it will not affect this review in any way, shape or form. Big thanks as always to Studio Care for making these videos a possibility. If you enjoy what you watch here, please consider subscribing, but for now, let's jump right in. On the front of the Evo 16, it all starts with our front two inputs over here. These are mic, line, and instrument level inputs. They're XLR combi jacks. These are FET DIs, so when you plug in your electric guitar, you get a really good, clean, and solid tone straight from the front. Next up, we have our channel selects over here, so 1 through 8 down there. How this works is very simple. You select what you want, add the gain you'd like to add, or add phantom power with the phantom power switch, or you can activate the DI by pressing the DI. Then we have the smart gain feature over here. To activate it, you press it, select the channels that you would like to have smart gain applied to, press it one more time, and then it will start listening. Because nothing is plugged in right now, it will just push everything up to 50 dB. We then have our smart GUI. This shows you each of the channels. When you add phantom power or turn on the instrument, it'll let you know. And the cool thing is that in the software, if you label your channels differently, it will show up that way right at the top of the screen. Then we have our rotary encoder over here. This controls obviously all of your gains coming into the device, your speaker level with the speaker button, your headphone levels independently. And then finally, we have our function button over here. This is a multi-button that you can assign what you want it to do, so it can mono a mix. It can also be your alternate speaker selector. As you can see, in general, I like the fact that these are all rounded off, and because it's not 19 inches wide, it's very easy for it to slip into your backpack, and it's really portable and easy to move around. Also, if you were to rack this device, because it's made out of steel, it can manage heat really well among other devices. It's really well built and kind of remedies some of the issues that I had with the Evo 4 that I reviewed earlier on last year. On the rear of the Evo 16, we can see our IEC input over here, and you'll notice that there's not a power switch either in the back or the front of this device. It can now automatically power itself on and off, so if you're not using it for some time, it does power off, and then to turn it on, you just press the rotary encoder and you're good to go. We then have our ADAT in and outs over here. So as you can see, we have 2 ADAT ins, which allows you to go up to 24 channels in, and same up to 24 channels out. There's a work clock output over here, so keeping everything in sync is really easy to do. We then have our USB-C connection. I've been using this with the new MacBook Pro M1 and have not had any issues with either the software or the hardware. We have our line outputs over here. As you can see, 1 and 2 have got a little speaker over there, so that's for your main outputs to your monitors. And then we have our XLR combi jacks over here, 3 through 8. These do not have the DI, these are mic line inputs, so they're mic pre's as well as line inputs. Now you get to hear how this device sounds. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you at the end of the video with my thoughts.
Mischievous. It's good to feel my heartbeat racing deep within my chest, defiled by anxiety, picking up the pieces of my past and throwing them away. You have played your part in this, stoking up the fire in my soul. I can feel you reaching out, asking me if I want more. Give me all you've gotta give. I wanna make you mine, wanna make you mine. I feel like I am falling.
So, The Evo 16. What a time to be a recording engineer or a musician or a producer. When I first started recording many years ago, spending £400 on something would not get you very far at all. In fact, I remember buying my first ever duet for around that price. Now you can get a fully fledged 8-channel, 8 microphone preamplifier, DI, 8 line outs, everything pulled in with 2 headphone amplifiers, ADAT additions to take it up to 24 inputs. This is incredible. And it sounds great. Now, before you all light up the comment section with, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you used all these expensive microphones in this review," the reason why that happened and why I did use them is because that's what I use here on an everyday basis. I didn't want to bring everything down into a low budget just so that I could see, well, if you use these low budget microphones, this is how much of a good product this is. I have done that before for Evo on the Evo 4 review that I did, where I only used pretty much SM58s across a whole bunch of sources, and it sounded incredible. My main microphones are my 67s, all the mics in the drum kit, the AEA R88. These are great microphones that require, sometimes in the case of the R88, quite a lot of gain. So I got to experience a wide gain variety, not just condenser microphones. But if you do want to see a fantastic review of this unit with some affordable microphones, then check out the Warren Huart Evo 16 video. He used a fantastic array of Huart microphones across everything, and they sounded absolutely fantastic as well. When I reviewed the Evo 4 way back in the day, the only thing that kind of tripped me up a little bit was the build quality on it. Now on the Evo 16, they have encased it in metal, and what I loved is that they didn't make it 19 inches wide. Now, one of the things that is really cool about that form factor is that now in my backpack, I can have just a few microphones with me, my Neumann NDH 30s, and my laptop, and I'm good to go. I can record anywhere, anytime. Their little motion GUI is so solid, being able to see anything on the interface at any time. One of the downsides, which isn't the downside at all, is just the software that they have provided with the unit is so good and so beautiful to look at. But because of how well laid out the front panel is, I find myself not really looking at the software at all. The Smart Gain feature is really a game changer. Now, what I like about this is that as a drummer, obviously I use both hands a lot of the time. If I'm playing guitar, setting gain sometimes takes time, and again, you lose that moment, a spark of creativity while you're trying to get things going. One of the things when you're doing the Smart Gain feature with the drums, make sure that you are hitting the toms at the same time, so do a groove where you are playing the toms quite a lot so that the interface understands what's coming into it. The unit can have rack ears, however it does not ship with them. Why, you may ask? Evo have done quite a lot of research and they've seen that like 70% of people don't actually use the rack ears with their interface. However, if you do want rack ears, all you have to do is register the product on the Evo website when you get it, and then there'll be a toggle box there for you to be able to request rack ears, and then they will send those rack ears to you. Thank you guys so very much for watching. If you have enjoyed what you have watched here, please consider subscribing. To those of you who have subscribed, thank you so very much for doing so. Most importantly, I hope that you're all looking after yourselves and you're being kind. I'll see you in the next one.